For the next 30 days, I'll be training my butt off to become a shredded beast, like this guy. Well, more likely to regain my body back since I have not been keeping up with my own training in the past few months. But I also need to seek out some professional guidelines. And this is where I found Annie Malaythong. Annie is a NASM Master Instructor and was selected as a reoccurring personal trainer on a popular TV show called I Used to Be Fat. I think with Annie's help, I should be able to achieve my goal. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so right now I'm at Studio 108. We'll have Annie right here. Annie's basically going to help me to complete my challenge for the next 30 days. So please tell me what I need to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So we want to get more involved in like what you're doing for the next 30 days. What are your exact goals, Kev?
So my goal is I want to be able to challenge myself in the next 30 days to slim down, decrease my body fat percentage, and then tone the muscle. Because some of you might know I pull out a lot of weights over the winter break. So I want to be able to burn those out.
Okay,
and of course, give me like a new goal to work out for the next 30 days.
Sure. So when you say tone, what does that mean to you?
Definition of muscle.
Definition of muscle. Okay. So the reason why I ask you that is because, and the reason why I ask clients that is because tone is a different definition for each person. So for us, this journey is about you, first off, right? The 30-day transformation, it's all about you and your goals and what you want to achieve. My job is to make sure that I have something for you, that I have a solution for you. And if I say yay or nay, like this is something I want to do, this is something that we're able to do, then that's where we have to meet,
that
right?
Makes sense. Okay.
So the reason why I ask you those questions is because I would say tone, and if you're looking for body definition, that means we are going to gain a little bit of lean muscle mass, and then you're going to decrease body fat. Correct. So the more muscle you gain, the more body fat you're going to burn just sitting on the couch, right? And in pictures, what's going to happen is you're actually going to look bigger. Even though you're smaller in person, right? You're actually going to look, well, I'm saying not you personally, right? In pictures, when you have more body fat and you have less muscle mass, you just look the way you look, right? But when you decrease body fat and the muscle mass appears and the definition appears, you actually will appear bigger on camera. If you want to get big, this is what we always tell people. If you want to look like a house, you have to eat a house. Right? So the way you eat in the next 30 days is also going to make a difference. So I physically can't get a ton, no matter how much I program. We're not going to get a ton of muscle when you're so big and uncomfortable unless you're eating a house and you're training like that, right? But ideally, you may get 2 pounds of muscle on you. Right? So we're going to be very strategic in the next 30 days. We're going to make sure that you have a nutrition plan that you can follow, right, that actually fits you as well. Because most people who start nutrition plans, if you don't like your food that you're eating, you're more likely going to fail long term. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you eat, we build a program for you that fits your needs, your lifestyle, your occupation, and the things that you like to eat as well. Because if you don't like to eat it, you're going to fail long term. Correct. Our goal is the next 30 days. I want you to learn from this process as well.
That's also going to be a challenge for me because I love food.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's great. It's hard for me not to eat all the stuff that I'm looking at, you know, like steaks and cheeseburgers and stuff like that.
But that's great because you need a certain amount of carbs and proteins.
So I can't have certain.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you're gaining lean muscle mass, right? So again, if we're looking at just body weight and you're like, I want to lose weight, you don't really need much of me to do that, right? I always tell people just eat a little bit better and move a lot more. You'll lose weight on the scale. If you're looking for a body transformation, lean muscle mass, making sure.
I'm picturing like Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of when I'm trying to like transform my body to.
I love it.
From Kevin Lee to Bruce Lee.
Right. So you have to eat, to your point. So food is good. Food is good. We don't want to be scared of food. Food is good. And so the next step, Annie is going to take a few measurements around my body as well as my weight and the body fat percentage. And we'll keep those numbers to the very end of this video so that way we can compare the result. This will not shock you or anything. You're just going to hold it like a video game.
Okay. Oh, I can do that.
Right there. Top number is going to be your body fat percentage. It's going to give us a guesstimate, so it'll be 3 or 4% off, high or low. Bottom number is going to be your BMI. Doctors look at the BMI. That's the height-weight ratio. Your body fat is what we look at to make sure you have a good transformation.
Okay.
Right? Males, we look at trying to get you between 5 and 13%.
Okay.
For athlete range.
Okay.
Right? 14 to 19, you're athletic. But we probably can, if you want to see some body fat loss, then we need to see you kind of come down just a little bit, right? You're standing at 17.5, it's not bad at all. Okay. Give or take high or low, 3 or 4%, which means you could be at, what is that, 20 21, or you could be right back in athlete range already, right? So you don't have very far to go. Earlier in your consult, we want to make sure that, yes, we're going through a body transformation, but we need to make sure the joints are stable. We need to make sure that your structure is stable enough so that you don't get injured in the process, right? So we like to do assessments. This is a movement assessment to figure out what muscles are working, what muscles are not working, what muscles are working too hard, and what may be causing you a little bit of movement dysfunction. Movement dysfunction just means that you might be in a cycle of injury already, so we want to get you out of that. Because if we start to put weight on a body that is working in dysfunction, you won't blow up during the session, but you might blow up some years from now. And we want to make sure, again, that you're building this long term as well. So it's a lot of information.
And now comes out the result.
Yeah, well, 10 out of 10. In dysfunction. So here's the difference though, right? So here's the difference. We have some things to improve on. Right? So again, if I were to squat you now and you're shifting all the way over to your right on 2 feet and your feet are coming out, I only would be developing maybe 1 butt cheek out of the 3. I'll be developing bad habits and biomechanics. 3 butt cheeks. Glute medius, glute minimus, glute maximus, exactly. So we would actually be putting weight on dysfunction, right? So it's important to have this assessment for you. So we correct this and then we start to build you. Any questions? Was it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So all of this will help us determine what exercises we select in your programming and how we can build you for the next 30 days. All right?
Sounds good.
Done. Good job.
Before I move on to my trainings, I want to share with you guys my meal plan for the next 30 days. This is the plan that they came up for me, and I will follow this guideline strictly to see the result in 30 days. So here we go with week 1 training. We start off with some basic stretching exercise, and then we're gonna move on to our cardio training, core training, balance training, and plyometrics training. All these exercises that's being shown on the screen now, we had to do 2 reps total. So we'll do 1 by 1 each, and then once I finish, I'll repeat the whole entire process for 1 more time before moving on to the resistance training. And for all the training, we want to make sure we keep the correct posture. So Zen is actually helping me on the side to correct all my posture anytime I fall out of place. And for the resistance training, we want to make sure we're hitting between 2 to 4 sets each time when we do it.
Cardio, Tabatas for you to alternate between. First one's going to be a battle punch Tabata, so we work on hand speed.
Oh, damn.
And then the second day is going to be a tie kick Tabata to work on kicking speed.
Okay.
It's going to be 3 rounds, 20 seconds, fast as you can, with a 10-second rest in between.
Oh, snap. Okay.
That's your cardio.
Okay.
And then for the kicks, it'll be 30 seconds one side, fast, or not 30 seconds, 20 seconds one side. 20 seconds the other side, and then alternating. For the last round.
So these are called the superset workout. That means as soon as I finish the first set of workout, I have to immediately jump to the second one, and then I can take a break afterwards. Alright guys, so I just want to give you guys a midpoint checkout to kind of let you guys know where I am at so far. This is about 2.5 weeks in. I'm feeling good. Energy level is definitely different. To me, the hardest part is there's not a single day I've been waking up without feeling sore. The workout's definitely tough. You just gotta push through. And the other part that's hard is the dieting, because what I used to do is I just eat whenever I want, whenever I can. I don't really care about what I eat. Now that there's a very specific plan of what I need to eat and when I eat them, that's kind of like changing my schedule. So right now what I try to do is I don't eat anything after 6 or 7 o'clock. I try to eat my dinner at the very least as before 7 or even 6 o'clock. That's the least I'm trying to do. Breakfast, I'll usually eat them between 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock-ish. So there's like between like I try to give myself at least like the 12 hours window without eating, so my body has the time to process the food and be able to burn off those extra fats in my body. So yeah, I just want to give you guys an update while I'm enjoying my lunch. Just kind of share with you guys the thought process and how this is going. I hope you guys like this so far. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the rest of workout video, okay? Final assessment.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so let me ask you this. How do
Okay.
you feel after 30 days?
Sore. There's not a day that I'm not feeling sore,
Okay.
but I do feel my energy level is better. I
Okay.
feel like I don't have to sleep as much, but I still feel energetic.
Okay, good.
So
That's really good.
Yeah.
All right, do you feel that it has made a big difference in your martial arts?
yes,
Okay, in
Yes.
which way?
I feel stronger and faster.
Okay, so
Definitely
energy is
stronger.
up,
Yeah.
stronger, faster. It's hard when you're working every day.
Mm-hmm.
So we've talked about this. Like a 30-day transformation is really not ideal.
Mm-hmm.
You want to give yourself at least 12 weeks. That's just based off of the science. But
So that's
also,
3 months.
That's 3
Okay.
months, right. But a 30-day transformation is a good challenge to keep you motivated.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a good challenge to keep you disciplined, and I think that's the biggest thing.
The discipline definitely is a big
Yes,
part of this.
because you'll learn that after 30 days,
Mm-hmm.
once you're going every day and you're like, I have to stick to this, it's a short amount of time enough for you to go, I can do this,
Mm-hmm.
to feel the benefits of it, which is why 30-day transformations are very popular. Ideally for a lifestyle, like if this is what we're looking at, we would say at least give it 3 months, right? And then 6 months, and then it goes into increments of 12 months. You'll have days where you'll fall off for a few days, but you'll get
Yeah.
back on, right? But a 30-day transformation, again, is great to see what you're able to do in a short period of time. Do you think that you will keep up with something like this long term?
Yes.
Okay.
I do feel like I'm faster, I feel stronger, and I'm like, wow, I can see myself improve in this past 4 weeks.
Good.
Yeah, so that's the biggest thing for me, is that, wow, I can see the difference.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So let's see what the difference was.
Okay.
So we originally did the assessment on a 10-point measurement. We did your body fat testing. We did your weight. And then we did actually like a movement assessment as well. So I do actually want to do the movement assessment.
Okay.
Because last time you scored 10 out of 10 compensations. So we want to make sure in 30 days that we've improved.
Okay.
I'm not looking for perfection.
Okay.
But I'm looking for an improvement at
Okay.
least. Okay. So do you feel comfortable with your shoes
Oh,
off?
yeah, yeah.
Perfect. Let's take your shoes off and squat. Sit back and come up. Good.
This one. Last month.
Good. Good. That's much better though.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay. So based off your assessment now,
Uh-huh.
you scored 2 out of 10, whereas in 30 days ago it was 10 out of 10.
That's good.
So we fixed 8 compensations in 30 days. Now it's not fully fixed because you got to keep up with it.
Yes.
The difference is in 30 days, like you said, you created a habit, and so your body, your muscles now have that habit. If you decide, I'm just going to stop, I'm not going to do this anymore, just remember it takes 3 days, 72 hours for your muscle starts to atrophy, which means it stops activating.
Okay.
Right? So you've created much more awareness of your body, which is great, but it still takes at least 12 weeks to really condition that muscle to stay in that position.
So that means I have to continue to work on it so my muscle will be conditioned.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
All right, so let's, we're good with the movement assessment.
Okay.
We'll go over to your measurements.
Okay.
Okay.
So Annie did the final measurement for my 30-day body transformation challenge. So it looks like I have gained a 0.5 inches on my chest. I lost 3 inches on my waist. I gained half an inch on my calf, and the rest of the measurement stayed roughly the same.
Thanks so much. So the 3 inches around your waist is really big. Really big. That means you've really leaned up. You've lost a lot of body fat. That's what we look for. The limbs eventually, they get tighter and leaner.
Yeah.
But they don't really usually change in size as much. That takes time.
Okay.
That takes a lot of time to build muscle.
To get you bulk up.
So when people are like, I don't want to bulk up, you can only do that if you eat a lot and you train really hard.
Makes sense.
Let's see. Woo! Very good. We originally had you at 17.5. You're at 12.9%. Excellent in 30 days. And
Is that a good thing?
Yes. So like I said, athlete range is usually for men, like men can go as low as below 5, but we don't recommend that at all, right? 5% is pretty lean. We go 9%. We look at really about like that 10 to 18%. So you were already in 17%, give or take 3 or 4%, right?
Yeah.
But you tested on here. This gives us just a starting point. You dropped 5% body fat roughly in 1 month. That is amazing, right? And then your BMI. So the difference between your BMI and body fat, your BMI doesn't take into consideration how much muscle you have on you, right? But that number still even went down. You were at 24.6, you're now at 22.9.
Okay.
So the American healthcare system actually looks at the BMI to consider if you're obese or not.
Yeah.
You're not, obviously, so you're in a very healthy range, but you're very lean right now.
Okay.
So this is
That's a
very
good thing.
good for you. Yeah, this is actually where we want a lot of our athletes to stay in the off season. Long term, if you keep with the methodology that you're doing now, what we did with you in 30 days is actually what we call an expedited program. So we took the 4 weeks out of the month and said, okay, let's make sure, because you were doing a 30-day, we took you for a whole week to do what we call stabilization endurance. The second one was in strength endurance, which those are all your supersets. The third week we did hypertrophy, which is like, let's get some muscle on him.
Yes.
And then the fourth week we did power.
Yes.
So we take it in steps. Ideally, when I have a client or when we have a client, we take genuinely 6 months to 12 weeks, or sorry, 6 weeks to 12 weeks to just take them through the first phase.
Oh.
You did all of that in 1 week.
Yeah.
And the reason being is because we could have put you on like a basic bodybuilding program.
Yeah.
We didn't want you to do that. We wanted you to experience the different levels of training that we have to offer and how to build somebody up. So again, we took you through what we would consider like a whole periodization and an annualization program for you. We took you through that in 1 month. So that's why you're sore all the time.
Yeah. Constantly sore.
Yeah, training is not always like that, I'll say, because sometimes you're just forming habits.
Yeah.
You usually get sore when you do different types of things, which you did every week, right? So again, your story is a little bit different, your transformation is a little bit different, but I love that you did a 30-day because it really proved what you were committed and dedicated to. I saw you in here every day, super disciplined. You never complained once, which I love. He would tell me he's sore, but he was great. And I look forward to seeing your pictures, your before and after pictures. I really look forward to seeing that. You did great here, lost 5% of body fat and lost a ton of inches and gained energy and strength. So like, I'm happy.
Yeah. Sweet. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Thank you. I have learned a lot throughout this 30-day body transformation. Annie and her team has been super helpful, and thanks to Zen for guiding me through all the workouts. I will continue to work on this and will do the follow-up video at day 60 to see if there is any difference on my body. A quick note, here's what I look like before and after. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please let me know what you think that I did in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next week.